I want to read something that I posted on Facebook a while. The only thing is I don't remember who wrote this. But I know I didn't write it, but it's really good. And I posted it a while on Facebook. I knew who wrote it then, but I forgot to attribute it when I put the post in. And then it came up, in the memories section or whatever. And I reposted it because it's so good. But so I'm sorry to whoever did write this. If anyone knows and you notify me, I will then put this in the title. But the knowledge is knowledge of truth, and it's all of ours, in my opinion. We all have the right to this information and knowledge and truth. So anyways, here it is. The seventh dimension is the Oversoul. The eighth is the planetary Logos, and the ninth and 10th dimensions are the solar Elohim. The 11th and 12th dimensions are the stellar Elohim. While your consciousness has been in the violet flame, you can more easily understand the presence of realities vastly different from your physical world. The concept of individuality, strongest in the third dimension, diminishes somewhat in the fourth dimension, and is a choice in the lower fifth dimension. By the mid-octaves of the fifth dimension, individuality is known only as the lives you live in the lower worlds. So in other words, by the fifth dimension you are in full unity. By the mid-octave of the fifth dimension you are in full unity, and yet you may identify with a name of the character that you played in the lower worlds. You may still take on the shape of the body you had in one of the lower worlds at some time, but you will truly be an expression of the all at that point. The individual being that you were will not be who you were. That being will still be there, encompassed by a vast amount of other light and love. Alright, so we will continue. The sixth dimension is the realm of possibility, and the seventh is the world of oversouls, in other words, the kingdom. Neither of these realities have any concept of individuality. The sixth dimension embraces entire possible realities, whereas the oversoul embraces the many souls that it oversees. By the eighth dimension, even the dimensions blur into each other. You on Earth first began as 12th dimensional stellar Elohim, who were and still are one with the Source. Elohim are the holders of form in the multiverse, and the stellar Elohim is like the great-great-great-grandfather. This Elohim grandfather wished to expand its family, so it sent many portions of itself out into the multiverse to experience life in the myriad lower worlds and dimensions. This process of fragmentation is much like a star spinning out planets to encircle it. Since from the perception of the 12th dimension, there is no separation, every experience that each fragment of self has is a portion of the Elohim's experience. Gaia is a being who has evolved to such an expanded consciousness that only a planet could contain it, shares all experiences with Sol, the sun. The sun, a being with such an expanded consciousness, that only a star could hold it, shares all experiences with the great central sun. The great central sun, a being with such an expanded consciousness that only a galaxy could hold it, shares all experience with the stellar Elohim, who is the grandfather of that galaxy. The stellar Elohim, however, is actually more than a star. It is the generator of stars. Therefore, instead of spinning out planets, it spins out stars. The stellar Elohim, who is the grandfather of our galaxy, shares all experience with the stellar Elohim of the entire Milky Way. This great central grandfather, the stellar Elohim for the Milky Way, is the higher dimensional concept of form, and the great central grandmother is the form itself. Elohim, as holders of form, are the matrix through which the unmanifest can become manifest. Your Bible says, "In the beginning was the Word." The Elohim are the Word, or the matrix of sound that traps cosmic light into manifestation. Let me just break that down a little bit. Basically, what they're saying there is that the Father principle is the idea, and the actual the vibration. Mind is the vibration which shapes or gives form to the aether or the ether. So the mother principle is the ether itself. They're saying that the mother principle is the universe itself, is energy itself, is existence itself. The father principle is the idea, the concept, the mind, the consciousness that chooses to give form out of that. So in that way, the mother principle is chaos and the father principle is order. It's another way to see it. So, and this is why you can see that the feminine principle produces natural intuition without need of the mind to decipher it. So, does that cover it all? Yeah. Okay, we will continue. Well, they are also saying here, by saying the Elohim are the Word, they are saying that the Elohim are the embodiment of the Father principle. Okay. So we will continue. The stellar Elohim spins out star systems, and the core of each star system is the solar Elohim. The solar Elohim vibrates to the 9th dimension and spins out 7th dimensional oversouls. Your oversoul could be analogous to the planets, but they are not planets as they are not manifest. So they're saying there that your oversoul has the same amount of basic energy as a planet, as a celestial consciousness. This is why we say that we are celestial beings. You know, only the difference is it is unmanifest potential. It is not manifest into a planet. So, therefore, the stellar Elohim spins out star systems. The solar Elohim spins out solar systems, and the solar systems spin out oversouls for the beings who will eventually take on form from the solar system. And this is important. This is important right here too, because when it says, and the solar system spins out oversouls, so at the top we have the stellar Elohim spinning out star systems. So in this way we have the Father in a sense, giving birth to the mother by giving form, though the mother was already there, but it becomes formed from the Father's will and plan. Then the solar Elohim spins out solar systems, so they give birth to the mother. And then the solar systems spin out oversouls, so then the mother, the solar systems, give birth to all the souls and beings in it. So therefore we all were born from the mother and the Father. If you can see, these are all the same thing. They are truly one. Yeah. So we'll continue. The oversoul is the soul's soul, and it is responsible for all its souls that inhabit all of the lower dimensional worlds, realities, and planets. Once the oversoul spins off souls, it acts as a guide to these souls. And you can see that the oversoul, the one born from the mother, actually should be a balance being between the male and female principles at that point. Again, once the oversoul spins off souls, it acts as a guide to these souls. The souls, in turn, act as guides to their incarnated ones. Just as every stellar Elohim has many galaxies, and the solar Elohim has many solar systems, the oversoul has many souls, and the souls have many realities incarnated in the 5th through 3rd dimension. Again, I apologize that I do not know who wrote this. It's possible it was Sal Rochelle, or it's possible it was Master Joshua's, because I study both of their work quite a bit. It's also possible it was someone else, but whoever, it's really, really, really concise and resonates perfectly with my understanding of the densities and dimensions and overall plan and structure of this universe. So I hope you guys found value in it. Love and light.